Well, very good. You're not both. What? I love the way Phil's got the artistic cable twirl thing going on.
Yeah,
Paul just vanishes off into the ether. You are all very welcome along to the Studio Rats Q&A Live number 288. My name's James Ivy.
I'm Badoo.
And I am 40 Watt Phil.
And oh no, he's clearly got chocolate in his mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't see shit out of them.
Hey, look, Paul, I've seen the entire internet. There's nothing worth seeing. Take them off. It's fine.
If that wasn't a setup for a conversation starter, I don't know what is. But moving swiftly on. Welcome to our weekly takeover of the interwebs. I don't make the rules. I merely abide by them. It's the only point in my life that I do. Mr. Drew, what have y'all been up to?
Covered the Tone King Royalist Tube preamp video.
We like that.
Yeah, it's great, that thing. Did that. And then on Monday, I did that Cream Tea LT guitar.
Yeah.
That didn't do. People didn't seem to want to watch that.
They are not the first guitar company to do the interchangeable pickup thing.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, they got the exact same response all the others have gotten.
Yeah, it didn't fly first time or second time
or third.
Or clearly third time.
Yeah.
When I think I know what the problem is with the whole thing. Because the sort of person that would buy that guitar is the sort of person that wants to have lots of guitars.
Yep.
And that is the problem, because it sort of negates the use of having lots and lots of guitars, because it has, all the sounds you could buy for it. But people, we're guitarists. We like to buy stuff. We like guitars. I mean, Phil doesn't. Phil hates guitars.
I hate them. I don't even know why I own guitars. I buy all of these so other people can't enjoy them. That's the real reason I have them. It's one of those things. Like, the reason I maybe it's just me, but like a person who wants like a bunch of different sounds like that, to me, I want a Telecaster because I want a Telecaster sound. I want a Stratocaster because I want a Stratocaster sound. I want a Les Paul, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And so having a guitar that I just swap pickups in and out of, it just doesn't sound fun to me, even though it's a cool concept. I've seen others. I saw someone at NAMM years ago that had a similar concept, and I thought, oh, that's interesting, and the engineering behind it is cool, and I think the concept is fun. I would never own one.
Do you remember the guitar where you could spin? There was like a ring, and you could spin a different pickup into place.
Yes,
it's in my opinion, and I will say that it's my opinion only, that was ugly as sin. But the principle of being able to go, right, next pickup, next one, rather than put another one in, was very clever.
It only works for me though if I can set it to just like auto spin and it just complete phase craziness.
That's the sort of thing that Spinal Tap would have, isn't it?
Yeah.
On the Nigel Tufnell's, was it like 12 pickup humbucker thing that was on?
Oh
I don't recall.
It's an interesting one. It's one of those, you go, this is a great idea, until you start to really nail into it and go, it's not a great idea, because
and I think we collect, don't we? But it's a great idea. It's a great idea for if you want to go to a studio and you want to take one guitar and a bunch of different pickups, and someone says, "Oh, can we have something that sounds a little bit like a Les Paul?" Personally, I do think with those guitars, I think the one they should have sent me is the Strat Shape one.
Right.
Sorry, there's a hole in my wall I need to fix.
Oh no. So I wasn't that. There we go. God, thank God for that.
Oh God, dear.
I know we were all struggling there, and now we're back on.
But yeah, they should have sent me the Strat one. But yeah, it was it's a highly usable guitar that if you go into a studio and you want lots of different sounds, I think it's really useful. It's a great guitar for the studio to own.
You know what?
It's a solution looking for a problem, which is
Yes.
unfortunate.
But you're familiar with the Lee Sklar producer switch. We've all seen the video, right?
Yeah.
What you do is you get a bunch of the exact same pickup and mount them on those mounting plates. And when the producer says, "Hey, could you try something different with this song?" "Oh, sure." Just pop it out and pop in another one that's really just the same pickup. "Yeah, sure." "Oh, that's perfect."
Yeah, absolutely.
The
Absolutely.
DFA button that has been on consoles for years.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Jay, we're going that way then. To that way, guys. What's always? What have you been up to?
Cheerleading over the weekend. I'm in mid cheer hell.
Are you base of the pyramid or top of the pyramid?
Oh, I'm very much a flyer.
Oh, he's the big guy at the bottom, the big fat guy that no one can lift up. They stick him at the bottom because he's the root.
The beefcake, you mean?
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah. So yeah, I'm in that at the minute. And to be trying to catch up. So I had the session a couple of weeks ago with the new band, and then catching up on mixing, all that sort of stuff. And so last week was a write the emails, raise the problem. This week has been get the email back, fix the problem, which has been great. So there's lots of little things that are being sorted out. Nothing that's going to change the world, but little things that were annoying me, and final bits and pieces have arrived to finish certain projects. So I'm in a bit of a finishing phase, which is quite rare for me. I'm quite good at starting stuff, not very good at finishing it.
Phil? You just described my life. Great at starting things, not great at finishing them. I'm good, just working my life away, getting ready for some stuff that's going on, recording podcasts. I had to postpone this week's podcast, so I'm in that scramble phase to get somebody for Friday's episode, but got a bunch of really cool episodes coming up over the next few weeks because I got like 2 recordings next week and another one the next. We've got the Amigo Guitar Show coming up really soon on the 20th, 21st, something like whatever that Saturday, Sunday is, 21st, 22nd, maybe.
Yep.
So I'm going to go to Nashville for that. Got a buddy coming down, Matt from the Guitar Dads podcast. He's hunting a J45. So if we can't find him a J45 he loves in Nashville, Tennessee during the Amigo Guitar Show weekend,
it cannot be achieved.
Yeah, then he just doesn't like J45s. That's just what it amounts to. But I've got some stuff in. I haven't had a Wednesday video for a couple of weeks now because I was telling you all about some camera issues I was battling. That is all sorted out now. So I'm getting back to it. So I've got some pedals here. I've got an amp. I think I got to do the amp first for the video. So check this out.
Ooh.
Phil's got television
from 1956.
So this is a Bartell Swingland. This is not mine. I did not buy it. This is on loan from Mark over at Bartell Amps. For those of you that don't know Bartell Amps, Mark Bartell is the guy who started Tone King. So Tone King Imperial, that's Mark Bartell. Tone King Royalist, that's him.
Right.
So he became part of Premier Builders Guild back when it bought out like 2 Rock and Bartell and a bunch of other brands. And then when it went out of business, it got picked up by Boutique Amp Distribution. He still loves those guys, says they're building great amps, but he wanted to do something that, price is no object kind of amplifiers. And it's true. This is a 3-watt, $4,200 amplifier, but it sounds spectacular. He's done some things in it that aren't normal, that are done really differently. He's a genius builder. So I'm going to work on that demo. Then got some pedals here. I bought another one of these.
Oh, cool.
Zen Drive. This is the ODS voiced one because Love Pedal does some like different voicings of them. This is the ODS voiced one. I might do a video on that one. Who knows? But I did buy that. This came in today.
Oh, nice.
Wampler Golden Jubilee.
Nice.
So I'm gonna do a video on that one. The brief playthrough I had earlier with it, it sounds great.
I sense the butt coming. Though it sounds great.
It's not as gainy as I expected.
Really?
Like when you talk about the amps that are kind of inspiring these sounds, especially the Mesa side, I expected more gain. There's a lot of gain. Don't get me wrong. I just expected more. So I turned the gain up higher than I expected to want to. And lastly, the biggest one though, the Hampstead Red Wing.
Ooh, yeah.
This thing is bonkers good. This is the final piece of my pedal board that I'm going to put together. Although I told y'all about it, and I'm just gonna say it. And I know y'all can be mad at me if I want. I did have a little buyer's regret when the tariff bill hit me.
Oh,
yeah.
This pedal cost me $105 in tariffs for one pedal.
So tell everyone what it is.
So that's a good question. It's an analog stereo modulator.
So I tried out at one of the UK guitar shows. They had this box a couple of years ago, and I plugged into it, and it was a stereo. It's a stereo modulator. So, but it was a big thing.
It's probably the beginning of this. It was probably the prototyping, because that's what they said. You know, like I did open this up. I take it back. I opened it up because I needed to swap it from buffered bypass to true bypass.
Yeah.
This is a masterwork in engineering. They're expensive for a reason, because this gets you like flanger, a little bit of phaser, some rotary, vibrato, ring modulator, all without being labeled such. You have to know where to turn the knobs and switches and how to dial it in. Like there's no preset. Oh, here's ring modulator. Here's this.
Yeah.
You have to dial it in. It's got a TRS stereo in. It's got a control switch where you can use an expression or a control like latching switch. It's got a hold switch jack, which I actually don't know what that does. It's got right out, left out, but that can also be switched to wet dry or stereo.
Ooh.
And you can change the phase, in or out of phase. So if you're running 2 amplifiers, it will fix the phase issues. It is spectacularly designed and a little intimidating because, like I said, there are no presets on this thing. There's no digital whatsoever on this thing.
Nice.
Very cool.
Anyway.
Nice.
Should we get on with some? Sorry about last week. It was a YouTube problem, we believe, with the questions. I do think we actually got through quite a lot of good stuff last week because we weren't doing thousands of questions. But yes, we will do our best to get through questions this week. If you had a question from last week, please do raise it again. And if you didn't, then let's just go and see what happens. Here we go.
Yeah.
Boom.
Amber, hi all. Hope the technical issues have been sorted. Did you figure out why the comments were deleted last week? There we go. So we've just got that. Cheers, Amber. Max, oi oi, how's tricks peeps? Oi oi, Max.
Peeps are gross and I don't do tricks.
Lyman Gary, hi, is this thing on?
Is this thing on?
Gwilly Strat, hi everyone. Hi Gwilly Strat. Good day, gents from Hod 8. Good day, Hod. Pet, hello mate. He says evening, gents. Willie. Is this? Hold on. Is this?
That's the wrong Willie. That's not Willie.
No, not Willie.
That's Will Echoplex.
No, I think it's Willie Poplex.
Well,
Willie Choplex.
It's Willie Choplex. From now on, we're calling Willie Choplex.
Will Choplex.
Choplex. Yes. Okay. There we go. Awesome. Hi, Will. Nick. Even gents. Even Nick. Jim, Phil, when are you going to bump up your wattage to 50 watts?
I'm locked in at 40. That's where we're stuck. So that's just this life we're living.
There we go. JP, evening JP. Willie Choplex says, I live in a Stratverse, but considering considering add a Les Paul to the room. Any thoughts on Epiphone and swapping pickups? Do they stand a flame maple top Les Paul worth the extra investment? Thanks. Are we just talking about? We're just talking about Epiphones, are we?
I mean, you've got to get over the fact that the headstock is not as pretty, and unless you get the slash, is it the slash signature, which has got the proper open book headstock?
It's called the Inspired.
There's a couple. Well, there's Inspired by Gibson is all of the Epiphones now. Then there's Inspired by Gibson Custom, which is a different thing. So if you get the Inspired by Gibson Custom, it's got the proper headstock and it's got custom buckers already loaded in it, which are my preferred Gibson made pickup, and it's $12.99.
And a normal Epiphone,
the $700 version
is now, it's still a serious investment of a guitar. So yeah,
I like those, and those have pro buckers in them, which are not terrible pickups.
No.
There we go. Yeah, let us know your budget, Will, and then we'll have a think.
Yeah.
Cedric, good evening, gents. New fan of the channel. Cheers, mate. He said, love the content. I'm also liking Paul's sweatshirt he often wears. I too like the Sutsu stuff. Does your Sutsu stuff, does it shrink? Like so now your arm is now slowly doing that.
Sweater talk is about as interesting as Atmos talk. Cedric, is that Star Fox in your icon though? I need to know.
What's that?
Is that Star Fox? Old video game.
Could be, yeah.
Maybe they should consider an affiliate program. They should. Cheers, Cedric. Walrus, he said, just soldered my new Duncan humbucker in my Strat. I put the green wire to the switch and the black wire to the volume pot. Middle and neck pickups sound weak and thin, maybe out of phase. There we go.
Almost certainly out of phase. Seymour Duncan used the green and the black wires the opposite of everyone else.
Yeah, just swap it over. You'll be dandy. It is annoying. It isn't. I mean, when I wire up stuff, it gets wired up so many times. That's why something like a Les Paul or something with a backplate is so great, because you don't have to keep taking the strings off and take the scratch plate off.
Yeah.
Ali, he says, evening lads and lass. Did Phil and lass just the one? Did Phil just state the tone is in the pickups? Never.
I mean, there's some of it there. There's definitely. I switched pickups in a guitar this week. I switched them in the. I think I already sent you all the picture. Y'all seen it? In the DGT.
Yes,
nice. And it sounds spectacular.
DGT. Oh, I thought it was
DGT. No, it's McCarty. The McCarty. Yeah. That PRSs all look alike to me.
They're pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Amber says, since we're talking different guitars, changing pickups, what are your thoughts on the Boss VG800?
Yeah, is that the big like MIDI thing?
Yeah, actually, yes. The what was the VG I had, and we did that video on that I bought at the auctions dirt cheap, and it was like 60 quid, and it actually was quite passable.
VG, the amplifier.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know.
I can't remember. It's been so. I bought so much crap and sold it.
The VG. I don't know.
I'll have a look. See what it is.
I mean, it's the big new like synths and electric guitar modeling thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You remember the old the MIDI pickup that you could install from Roland? It had to have the whole VG system. I think this is that, but without the extra pickup needed. Maybe I can't.
Not my thing.
I don't know, or maybe it does. It comes with a pickup. I don't know. It's outside my realm of things I want to do on a guitar.
I love MIDI guitar. It's the unfortunate thing is it hasn't really come on very far in the last 30 years.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work properly.
I still get my mind is still blown. Like Lee was on here last week talking about how he uses, a drop or whatever to down tune so he can play the same guitar down tuned. I think they sound like rubbish when they do the digital capos and down tunes. I hate them. I can't play them because one, they add latency. Every single one of them adds some latency to the playing. And I just think it sounds like trash. I would rather tune between songs.
You did sound incredibly English when you said,
I know.
It sounds rubbish.
I know. I hang out with y'all way too much. Y'all and Joe Branton. It's way too much.
Well, Russ, what's Jive drinking? We're drinking
water.
Shipyard.
Yeah.
A session pale ale.
From? I think I asked you this before. Is this a?
It's Portland IPA.
Yeah, it's an American beer.
Yes.
We should be very specific. Portland, Maine, not Portland, Oregon.
Yeah. Portland, Maine.
Other Portland.
Oh, it's all the same.
No, it's not. Portland, Oregon is like renowned for their craft beer. Portland, Maine is renowned for Stephen King living. He doesn't live there. He lives in Bangor. Whatever. Yeah.
I thought Portland, Maine was where the lobster comes from.
Yes. Well, it's Maine in general is where American lobster tends to come from.
Yeah, Maine lobster. Yeah. Boom. Here we go.
Jim says, not many ToneNet free capture downloads sound that good to me. What do you guys think? Yeah, I agree, because they're normally people that don't know what they're doing.
That's why you buy Studio Rat. Capture.
Yeah.
I can sell
very, very, very reasonable prices, I believe. You'll find.
By the way, we need to do this. We need to do this because we always forget, and then just if you're getting something out of this, I can't believe why you would be, but like just give us a like. You don't have to subscribe, just give us a like. It really, really does help.
No, you should subscribe. You should also subscribe to 40 Watt Podcast while you're doing it.
Exactly.
Go subscribe to everything. And Ivy Talks Tech.
Yeah, that one there. If that's your thing. Boom. Yes.
John Bourne says, good evening, Rats. I just want to say that I thoroughly enjoyed your old video of What If the World Didn't Turn. It's a perfect song. Thanks, mate. The playing, singing, production are absolutely incredible. Thank you. Thanks very much.
How old is that video for y'all?
It's one of the first ones we did.
That was so. If you see the video, John, you'll see the singer recording it. What looks like, well, basically, we wrote the song in a hotel room in Spain, and I took a microphone along and an interface and stuff, and we recorded the vocal.
Ralph's vocal on that is awesome.
That's great, isn't he? He's so good. Yeah, Ralph's had like a big country hit, a big US country hit.
Really? I can imagine that.
That's where he made his money, I think. I can't. Yeah, I'll have to. Yeah, his name's Ralph
Van Mennen.
Not Merck. He's not Scottish. Ralph McManus. Yes.
Yeah, he's a very talented man. Okay, thank you. Cheers, cheers, John. Cedric, anyone tried a Yamaha RSP20? I ordered one to test, and I'm a bit annoyed how good it sounds compared to my Les Paul Classic. RSP20. Let me have a quick look.
That's one of the thingy. It looks like a thingy not Mancuso. But Mancuso is what's his name? The guy who plays like that.
That's Mancuso.
It is Mancuso, isn't it?
Mateus, something like that.
It looks like one of his.
Sorry, I'm just looking up the. Okay, I'm going to share screen and we can talk about it.
Yeah.
There we go. Push that, and a bit of that.
Oh,
can we see it?
Boom. There we go.
Should I just click on anyone?
Yeah,
sure.
This thing's the top of the range because these are quite expensive.
Whoa, that is.
I like that.
These got to be the Japanese made ones, right? Oh, and it includes a hard shell case. Look at that.
Let me go that. There we go. So $2,000 for a Yamaha.
Let me see what that is in the US. RSP 20B.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me let's have another look because just in case.
That's $3,700.
Well, they do RSP. They do other ones, not the B. He didn't say B, did he?
No, just RS.
Anyway, they're on the top end. I do like them. I think they're a winner. Like the actual shape and design of that.
I'll be honest, I really love the Chris Buck, and there's a reason I love it. I love it because it has a rat tail, and I really love a rat tail bridge.
Yeah, me too.
I'm trying to get a hold of one to do a video on rat tail guitars, but feature that one. So we'll see if that happens.
Yeah,
I like those.
Well, it's it seems like more on the top end. Stop sharing. So what does he say? Can we just go back?
He says
how good it sounds compared to his Les Paul Classic.
I ordered one and tested. I'm a bit annoyed how good it sounds. Oh, I see. Yeah, I think. I mean, it's great guitars, aren't they? Nice.
I think Yamaha really knows what they're doing. They're really figuring some things out. I think those they'll never sell, at least not to people of a certain generation. But those new higher end Pacificas are great guitars.
Yeah,
that they came out with.
Yeah,
they'll never sell to people who remember $129 Pacificas though.
Yeah, that's the problem. Isn't it? That's the problem.
Yeah.
If they'd come up with a different name, that would have been
Graham Campbell, Jim Simmons. I've been using the Rats Twin and Matches independent captures from ToneNet in live situations, and they're great. Cheers, Graham. Thanks, mate. Yeah, do you know loads of people use what's his name? Guitar player. I know it's that was a stupid thing to say. There's a couple of famous guitar players that use the original Matchless pack.
Crazy, isn't it?
There we go. Herb Fireside Studio 9053. Hello, Rat Pack. I'd love to see some great patch releases for the Boss GX series. I haven't got a GX anymore. They were supposed to when we were at NAMM. I spoke to Matt from Boss, and they said that I'll be doing some patches for the GX1, but I haven't seen any sign of a GX1 yet. It's really weird that GX1 flew right under the radar.
Yeah,
because they didn't have any YouTubers doing content.
Well, they did. That's the thing. I talked to Matt about that. They did. Yeah. There were tons of videos out there, but none of them hit that I'm aware of. None of them hit.
Really?
I'll be honest. I love Matt. I love Matt and I love Boss, but I just don't feel like I don't think people care about the Boss GX series. As a group, guitarists, they don't care.
I thought Matt said to me that they didn't use it as a YouTuber release. To me,
he said there were a bunch of videos out there. I don't know if maybe they just didn't send it to a bunch of YouTubers, but
maybe they did internal
videos. Yeah,
maybe they're internal videos. I'm just gonna have a quick look while you're right. Go on, James. Can you do the next question?
Yeah, let's keep going. Yeah, one from Graham. From Jim Simmons again. Graham Campbell. Are the Rats free or paid captures? On our website, they are all paid for. I believe that they are incredibly competitively priced. That's a nice way of saying you do have to pay for them. But I believe personally that you do generally in life get what you pay for. However, if you go over to ToneNet and you check out our captures there is one free capture per pack, which you can download for free. It's part of the deal. So there you go. I think we're also on the same subject here. Those were free ones, and it's these fellas, the Studio Rats. Yes, that's us. If you look for us on ToneNet, me and him, not him. Yes, that's us. Can't miss us. Where'd you get to, Paul?
They're not expensive, and it helps us out. The thing is, we're not gonna if we don't actually earn money out of this, it's not worth us doing it. So they're not expensive, and you're supporting us. So
yes. Well, it's not. You're not just giving us money. You are getting something that's really good and taking quite a lot of time to craft and effort. Yeah. Yes. So moving on. Boom.
Hi, Anton. Hope you're well. Belle Plume, he says, is actually proven by science that music affects the molecular structure of the wood. Yamaha does this on its acoustic and Fender does it on its relic guitars. So isn't it better to buy used? There we go.
That's a good. So Movement affects the molecular structure of the wood. Vibration affects the molecular structure of the wood, the way it crystallizes, the way it learns to move as a guitar and as an instrument. We can say music. We can look. I'm an artsy fartsy dude. I like to talk highbrow and philosophical, but the actual thing that's affecting it is just the fact that it's vibrating.
So it's slightly different subject, but not really. My father plays violin and has a couple of quite expensive, I refer to them as fiddles, which really annoys him, but it's hilarious. And someone in an orchestra once said to him, you need to clean that, it's revolting. And they got a feather duster into the F-holes and cleaned all the dust. And it
sounded different.
Completely destroyed the sound of the instrument because all the dust with the vibration had built up in certain places and not in others. And basically that had become, I think it took him another sort of 18 months of almost continuous playing of this particular instrument to get the dust and the rosin and everything back into the right places inside the instrument. It completely ruined it. So when people say the wood makes no difference.
Yeah, that's crazy talk. But also on an acoustic guitar, it especially matters. And not to poo-poo on this too much, because I generally don't want to yuck anybody's yum, but the whole Fender does it, Yamaha does it, they do something. But the only thing that really matters, the only thing that really, especially with acoustic instruments, I will say it matters a lot less for electric guitars. I'm just going to be honest. It matters less, a lot less. But for acoustic guitars, the only thing that will do it, they can do whatever voodoo witchcraft they want to do on the wood before it becomes a guitar. The only way it plays in properly is by vibrating as a guitar. And that's what opens up the sound of acoustic guitar. That's why vintage acoustic guitars sound so much, those that survive, because they're thin topped if they're good and they crack and they break. But if they survive, they end up sounding spectacular. I think I've told the story about the guy who does TJ Thompson, that does, like, he's certified Martin repair guy. He had a pre-war Martin where the top was cracked beyond what he could do to fix it. And he contacted Martin, and Martin had a guitar top for that guitar from the same tree that guy's guitar was built from. Wow. in their wood library. They have a spectacular wood library at Martin. And so they got the top. Thompson installed the top on the guitar, and do you know what it sounded like? A brand new guitar, because that top had not existed as a guitar for 80 years. It was a brand new guitar. And so it's vibrating as a guitar. I don't care what you do to the wood before it's put on the final instrument. It's not the same.
No, amen to that.
And yes, you should buy used.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Mostly we do.
Yeah, we do. All the time.
Max, okay, gripe for comment. Compare the size of manual the TC Plethora X5 to the old G Major Mark II. The Plethora is arguably more complex, but the manual is garbage.
Yeah. People, they don't employ technical writers anymore for the manuals because it's all done online.
That's right.
It's all rushed and it's all done in a hurry. And the last thing to ever get done is the manual. And it's generally garbage. I completely agree.
Spot on.
Jim, thanks for checking him out, he says.
Yeah. You're welcome.
In view images, having a bad day, my Cornford Harlequin amp failed just after service. Ampless at the moment, but keep looking at victories. By the way, Paul, if you're selling your Silver Sky Holler, I am selling the Silver Sky.
Yeah, look at that. All right.
It's on to be honest, it's on eBay and people are going crazy for it. So yes, it's just gone up on eBay and there is already I'm surprised it hasn't gone. Yeah, I keep getting questions. And
Cornford Harlequin, great little amp. I have one of those.
Yeah, good little amp. So let's have a think about this. Failed. What's failed?
Yeah, failed is a very. I mean, I'm assuming if it failed after a service,
I'm
going back to that amp tech to sort it out.
Yeah, there is. I'm guessing the Harlequin's only got one power amp tube.
I'm looking at the PCB, the inside. I'm not the PCB. I'm looking at the internal circuit. It is a beautifully engineered circuit. There's not a lot to it. Take it back to a tech. Take it back. Go back to that tech. Say, hey, this failed. It may be a different thing, and it may be, oh, he solved one problem and it worked, but now you've come down the line in that circuit. It's like, oh, he replaced this, but now this is the problem. So take it back. There's not a lot to it. Get that amp fixed, because I've never heard bad things about Cornford amps in general.
Great. Yeah.
But also I reckon that'll be a single tube power amp tube.
Yeah, it's a 6 watt amp. So yeah, it's got to be.
So was it a 6v6?
I'm looking for the tube complement, Class A valve output, EL84, a single one.
Cool.
And two 12AX7s.
I would have a spare EL84 anyway. And I would just try. I don't know if it needs to be biased with one tube. It probably does, doesn't it?
Nope. No, I think. Well, I mean, yes, but it should be fine, because you're not trying to match bias across two. So,
yeah. So I would at least buy a spare EL84 and just change it anyway. And then you've always got a spare EL84 just in case anyway. But I would do that. Let's talk about the next thing. So he's thinking about victory. So he's keeping it in the same family because.
Yep.
I think there's. Oh, actually, what I did try the other day, I tried the new one, the MK, the lunchbox size.
All right. Yeah.
You know, the new one that Martin Kidd released.
Yes.
So Martin Kidd came up with the MK Overdrive and the MK Clean, which are $5,000 amps, and then they weren't selling. So I'm guessing that's why they built this lunchbox size one. It sounds great.
Yeah.
So I would highly recommend checking one of them out.
Do you know what else sounds great?
What's that?
Vinny the Act!
Hey, here he is.
What's up,
you all right, mate?
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Awesome. Hold on.
I own two Victory heads, those small lunchbox ones.
Yeah.
I had the original Sheriff, and I had the Countess, and I used to run them in a wet dry rig. It was very cool.
Nice.
Yeah. I've never owned any of them, but I've played a few of them. I think they're awesome. But also, I mean, if you love the Harlequin, you could just buy a used Harlequin for less than buying a new Victory.
You'll pick one up for next to no money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You had one, didn't you, James?
Yeah, I have one for. There is a capture pack of it available.
There you go. You don't need that. Have a capture pack. Yeah, it's quite. I mean, it's a very basic amp, isn't it?
Yeah. There's one available in Cardiff for £730.
They've gone up. They've gone up. I mean, you probably pick them up for about £400 in the UK. Interesting.
Nice.
So Ben, any new? And I know you got something ordered, but have you anything new come in?
No, nothing came in. Just the Shabbat is on its own.
It's a banner week when Vinny doesn't have anything new coming in.
Yeah,
that's arrived.
It was a crazy weekend. I didn't get any videos done. We had a death in the family. One of my sister-in-laws passed away, so it was just kind of.
Oh, mate. Sorry about that.
Thanks, man. So it was just a crazy weekend, but yeah, I was on the quest for another telly, and because I put my Fender Custom Shop telly up for sale, and I just wanted something a little bit different, and I wound up getting a Shabbat Lion coming in, so I'm excited. I'm excited about that, actually.
Why did you sell the Custom Shop telly?
Oh, I haven't sold it yet. It's up. It's listed. Well, a couple of reasons. You know what? I'm really getting spoiled with. I hate to say this, but the flatter fretboard radius. I really like the kind of sometimes a compound, not a crazy compound radius to 16 or anything crazy like that, but I really like the 12 to 14 I have. I kind of like the, you know, ones that go from like 10 to 14, that kind of stuff. So this one goes from 9.5 to 12.
That's it's my favorite. That is my favorite radius. That's what's on my Telecaster and my Stratocaster.
Yeah. So I figured, you know what, I might like that a lot better. And I'm not a country guy or anything like that. So I was looking for something, and not to take up the show, I don't want to take long-winded with this, but I was going to build myself a Telly. I was going to do another Warmoth build. I went through like 40 different mock versions of stuff. Either way you slice it, by the time I pick out some decent pickups and proper components, I'm at $1,800 to $2,000. and if I don't like it, and the resale value, it's worth $600.
Yeah, that's the scary thing.
I hate to tell people that, but that's what it is. It's worth $600. So I was like, you know what? When you get to that $2,000 mark, I'm like, you could buy a guitar secondhand, like we talk about in the show all the time here. So I started looking at a Paoletti Loft Nancy series guitar. I put an offer in for one, but I never heard back. It just expired. And so I was like, you know what? There's a lot of stuff going on in some of the Paolettis anyway. There's a lot of things bolted on the front, which I don't exactly totally care for. So I started looking at Shabbats because I saw them at NAMM again, and I kind of liked the look of them. And anyway, this one presented itself, and I did some research on the pickups. So they're Lawlers, and it's got a Charles Christian in the neck, and it's got a J Street Telly bridge pickup, which that's a hotter pickup. So those two volume-wise should jive with each other. It's got a little bit more meat to it. So they say that on their website, it's like closer to like almost P90 territory for a bridge Telly pickup, which kind of suits me a little bit better, I think.
With those Charlie Christian pickups, I always find dark. I always find them really dark and low output.
Yeah, so it's supposed to be like a jazzy kind of pickup, but you know what? If Lawler picked out that mix, I'm sure it works. I don't know.
The original Charlie Christians are dark. The Lawlers, I had a guitar that was loaded with 3 of them. 3 of the Lawler Charlie Christians. They are somewhere between a Strat and a P90.
Right.
In their sound. And I really, really liked them in that guitar. I think that's a great move.
So the body on that is pine.
Gonna be light as hell,
and it's got a 5A flame neck.
Oh, nice.
And fingerboard, baked, and it's got the snake head on it, which I normally would not pick out that headstock, but it works on that body. I didn't know, because I'm not a Telly guy. I didn't know that was the original design of the Telly headstock to begin with.
Yeah, the snake head, that was the original Telecaster.
Yeah, I had no idea. I actually think it works. It looks cool. So I'm excited about it. I think it'll be cool, and I got it for a little bit more than what it would have cost me to build a Warmoth.
Great.
And if I don't like it, I could always flip it and get my money back, maybe.
Yeah.
So,
I'm excited. Great. Nice.
Very nice. Where were we? We were there. Boom.
Max says also plethora cuts out the insert when you change board patch.
That's probably a software switching issue. Yes, and a lot of the, in my experience, the more economically built modelers and effects units, when you change patch, there is a cut, like a jump,
Oh yeah, there was a complaint about the. Now I see what he's saying. Yeah, you get that that split of like pause. Yeah.
It's never bothered me that bit of the patch sort of things not carrying over, but
I know the folks in the worship world drives them crazy, but that's all. That's because they're all holding this crazy atmospheric patch in between songs, and
that makes sense. Ali, I thought 7-year-old design that are new made to look old. £5,000 pedals, own 10 amps, all of which sound amazing. Tonewood, etc. Are we gullible, or the last stand of the true romantics of the world?
Bit of both.
I am the last stand of true romantics in the world. I'm live with that label. I'm going to put that on a t-shirt.
I think the old designs are the best. I think like a Les Paul looks the Les Paul to me is, even though I don't particularly like Les Pauls are probably the greatest looking guitar ever built.
Let's face it, though. If you say to a child, draw a guitar, they draw something approximating a Strat.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably. Almost certainly. There's a reason the default guitar icon is a Stratocaster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In emojis.
And I bring out a modern guitar. We've said those Yamahas. We all said they look great and they look really cool and they're a bit different and they're modern looking.
Yep.
And they're cool. But so many guitar brands and manufacturers and small luthiers try and make guitars that are so not traditional, they end up looking fugly.
They end up just looking wrong.
Yeah.
And Yamaha is really underrated. I heard a little bit of the show earlier when you guys started. I had several of the Yamaha Pacificas in the late 80s and early 90s ones that Warmoth was making the necks for. It was like the 921, the 812. There was an 821R, a 1221 was the top of the range one. I believe it's a 1221. They were loaded with DiMarzios. They had a Floyd Rose double locking system on there. I want to say the guy from Firehouse was playing them at the time, was endorsed. But they were killer guitars. They were just Ibanez destroyers, but they never picked up. And why? Because endorsers. Steve Vai played with Ibanez. Joe Satriani started playing with Ibanez. Paul Gilbert was playing with Ibanez. Like, all the guitar heroes were not playing Yamaha. And unfortunately, that's what sells, is the endorsements.
It's funny, isn't it? The only world where Yamaha are considered properly cutting edge, world leading instruments is drums. In pop and rock, I mean, Yamaha grand pianos are phenomenal, but in pop and rock, and you know, Yamaha drums are considered some of the best.
I think their keyboards do well. I know we're all like, if you're in the keys world, Nord is like top of the heap for a lot of people, but Yamaha was leading that charge for a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, think there was a time when you could do it with Peavey. You could equip an entire band with Peavey. You could still do it with Yamaha. Everything from the front of house mixer to the drum kit to the microphones to everything. But I think with Yamaha, you'd all be on stage and be very happy.
Yeah, I could absolutely do an entire gig with nothing but Yamaha produced gear, especially since they own Ampeg.
That's true. That is true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pet says there's a 52 custom telly from Peach Guitars for £4,500. It says, considering spoiling myself for my 44th, talk me out of it. Well, we're not going to talk you out of it. So shall I go to? That's what I was doing. I was going on Peach trying to.
You can find it.
I can't find anything for £4,500. But
maybe he's already bought it.
Yeah, maybe he posted and it was like, dang it, somebody's gonna see that and go buy it. And
right. So can you click?
I already have.
Okay. So here's all the 52 tellies, custom tellies that Peach has. Let's click on, because a couple of these are reduced. Let's click on that one there.
Yeah, or maybe he's already talked them down to $4,500.
Yeah, so maybe it's this, but it's right. I just the thing that I'm going to talk you down with is don't buy new. That's all I can say. I think it's that is secondhand. That's easy a grand off of that. Probably.
Yeah, 50. I was just going to say, if you were in the States, I'd sell you my telly for 36.
Right?
Yeah.
And if you're looking at a guitar like that, which is already quote unquote light relic, it's a journeyman for a start.
Is that a journeyman? It's a journeyman, yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna have a ding or two put in by the factory. So why not have a ding or two or 3 put in by someone who used to own it, who probably, no one buys a guitar of that value and doesn't look after it. And if they do, they're morons. But save yourself £1,000, 1,500 quid.
Oh, what? Oh, man. Look, I'm looking at Peach's website right now, and they've got a Fender Custom Shop limited journeyman aged white blonde Telecaster with a Bigsby. Of course, that may be the deal breaker. Used for $3,300.
Yeah, the Bigsby probably not the hot seller.
Yeah, no, it's not.
And that's Peach. That's Peach. So then that you could pick up that guitar on eBay for under $3,000.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
But Pat, we're never going to talk you out of spending.
No.
But, we would.
It's not what we do around here.
No. I mean, you've got 4 of the internet's biggest guitar nerds sat in front of you saying, spend. But I think that there's smarter money out there.
Yeah, I think it's Fender Custom Shop. Always buy secondhand. In my opinion.
Like somebody posted something in one of the forums the other day about it was like their 50th birthday and they were going to buy a Nags and they were trying to get people's opinion of the 3 Nags they were going to buy. I assume brand new, and I'm like, oh man, I hope he's not buying them brand new because they're so expensive and you can get them for like 50% off used because they just don't hold their value for whatever reason. They're fantastic guitars that just don't hold the money.
Yeah.
Here's a 2026. I'm looking in the US now. 2026 52 limited edition custom Telecaster on Reverb for $3,200 US.
So that's that
2.6, 2.7-ish. Yeah.
And now what's happening with Reverb is when you list something now, they've always done this, but when you look at what Reverb is valuing the item at, is ridiculous. Honestly, they're valuing guitars that are worth about $6,000 for like $3,300. So now when somebody goes to buy the guitar from you for like $2,000 off the price, they are believing what that is, and that's because people fall on hard times before tax time, and now people sell stuff for next to nothing, and it's really causing a detriment to Reverb because not only are you going to lose your hat on selling the guitar used, but then you got to also pay the fees. So it's actually going to become a problem at some point.
Yeah.
So can I say can I go live again, James? Can you just?
Yeah, you need to add it though.
Go again. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna give you another option. You on?
You are now.
Okay. Anderton's. So Anderton's has got the Fender Custom Shop. Okay, it's in Inca Silver. That's 3.6.
Yeah.
3.6.
Those.
Yeah, that's nice.
The purple one's nice.
How much was the peach?
I'm so glad you said that, Vinny. I love that purple. That's great.
How much was the peach one?
4 or 5.
Yeah, we'll call it 4 or 5.
So there, you're already saving £1,000 by going to. That's a Journeyman Relic in Asian No Caster Blonde.
That's classic, right? That's classic.
Yeah.
Look at the grain in that Fireburst one there, or whatever it is. That tobacco.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
Yep. Scroll down though, man. That one right there, that thin line, aged midnight blue. Let's go.
Which? Oh, that one.
Yeah. Give me that all day.
I actually quite like the pink as well.
I like the pink.
Which pink? The faded Dakota red or the shell pink? Okay, shell pink.
Whatever that one is, shell pink. Yeah.
That's cool as well, though, isn't it? Then
that's very cool.
Yeah, I think Anderton's is your.
Give me the Paisley.
Yeah.
I like the yellow one, and I would take that tortoise off and put a black pickguard on it.
Yeah, 5. I think Anderton's is your best bet if you want to get new. Personally, I would.
But don't save yourself $1,000.
Yeah,
I would still go secondhand.
Oh, sorry, I've just kicked Phil out.
Unless to whoever that was, I don't know who we're talking to here, but
Pat.
Unless you've gone to the shop and you've played it and you fell in love with that guitar and you absolutely gelled with it, then I would say buy it. But other than that, yeah, I would say try to go somewhere else.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Blindman Gary, did you see the interview with Jack White on Reverb last week? He said it took him 8 years to find a 100-watt Silvertone amp. Is there any gear that you guys have waited a long time to find? Good question.
Yes.
Great question.
I just lost out on one.
That long because it's rare, or that long because it took that long to find a good one?
Well, either.
I have one. I have a guitar that I hunted. It took me 2 years, over 2 years, to find one because they only made 250 of them or so. It is. Let's see. You can see it. It's in this one right there. No, I'm sorry. Other side. The other Sunburst 335. I'm not going to go get it since you can see it. That's a Luther Dickinson ES335. It has dog ear P90s instead of humbuckers, so it is not a 330. It is still semi-hollow. That guitar took me 2.5 years to find.
Awesome.
Right. I'm trying to think of anything. I don't think I'm looking for anything particular. I think if things come up, you know, so I suppose the only guitar I was actually looking for was an EJ, Strat, and I wasn't even looking for the semi-hollow one.
And they only made 4 billion of those.
Well, yeah, but I mean, so it wasn't like I was really looking. It was like kind of if one comes up for a sensible number.
Yeah.
Well, I lost what I was looking for 2 weeks ago. I found this. I wanted a Steinberger GL in white, double humbucker.
Nice.
And that's the all graphite one, not the ones with the wood bodies.
Vinny, who hurt you?
And
that's what I want to
know. And this guy had one in almost mint condition with the trem totally working and redone. And it came down to like $5,500. And, you know, because they're like going for like mint condition, like $9,000. And I just couldn't. I don't know. I'm in this mode where I'm not going to spend any more than $3,000 on a guitar. My zone is 2,500 or less now. And that's because that Ibanez mentally damaged me.
I can tell.
That freaking Ibanez mentally damaged me because this specific one plays like a $3,000 to $4,000 guitar. And it pisses me off because I started looking at all my other stuff, like with Suspect, you know, with the exception of what you see hanging here. And also I decided to keep my K-Line. My K-Line Strat is fantastic. I took it offline. I'm not selling it.
Good man.
And the Friedman's awesome. This Sir that I just got is out of the control. And the Nick Huber, I'm never getting rid of the Nick Huber again. I made that mistake once before. So this is like the choice set plus the K-Line I got to take out of the bag. But that Ibanez really damaged my idea about things. And it like I said, it pissed me off because it's what in reality it goes for $13.99 new, but really what is it? We're older cats. What is that guitar really worth? Like it's like a $600 guitar.
Right. Exactly.
Like it just.
We need to do a couple of these. So
let's do it.
Mexico. Thank you, sir. That's very nice of you. He said, hi, folks. Nice to see everyone. Just FYI, Yamaha and PV have women's users and fans. Go, ladies.
They do.
They do.
And also,
Plexico said, oh, another one. Cheers, Plexico. He said, Reverb, on the other hand, has many issues with fake accounts, inflated resale recommendations, and minimal custom support. Why? No, ladies. There we go.
There is a fake account problem over on Reverb, but the beauty of the way Reverb is set up, I know people complain, it is, you've got to want to get scammed on Reverb.
Yeah.
I report listings all the time, and it is easy as report this listing may be fraudulent. You can leave a comment if you want, and that listing is down within minutes.
Can I make a public service announcement about Reverb buyers?
Yeah. They suck.
Is what I hate is these guys will send you a message asking you the craziest questions, right? Like one guy, can you measure from the lower horn to the upper horn in the distance, and then measure from the waist, and then measure from the widest point of the guitar, right? And it's not like it's some rare thing. It's a freaking Les Paul, right? So like, so I do it. I think I'm somewhat of a nice person. I go and measure all the shit and send it to them, right? You don't even get so much as a thank you or a response back. It pisses me off. Or, hey, does this guitar make my sister's ass look fat? Here's a Polaroid shot of it. Like, you know,
You're nicer than me, Vinny. I just respond no.
It just drives me nuts that like nobody could say thank you or like, hey, what's the weight? And I love this. I have a bad back. What's the weight? Yeah, we all have bad backs. I've been in multiple car crashes on duty. My spine is destroyed. I get it. Maybe you should play a kazoo or a harmonica.
I'm gonna defend the weight, guys, especially if it's Les Pauls, because I'm hardcore.
I get it. Nobody wants to play a 10-pound Les Paul.
Nobody does.
Understand
but maybe say,
dear God,
I'm really sorry. Would you mind if I ask the weight, please?
Yeah. I try to put the weight in every one of in my things, but it's just to the point where it's like, and I'm not talking about the weight. I'm talking about these uber specific guys. Like, I can only play a guitar that weighs 7 pounds, 6 ounces, 7 pounds, 9 ounces, nothing lighter or nothing heavier, because in my world, that's like my thing. And my thing is just like, you're insane. You're not.
I was trying to trade my Murphy Lab Les Paul. Guy had something I wanted, and we went back and forth, and like thought we'd settled on it. And I have a spreadsheet where I keep the weight of all of my guitars. I have weight, serial number. I have tuning that it's in, what strings, and the last time I changed them was, because I'm real hardcore about knowing the last time I changed strings on guitars.
I'm done, boys. I can't.
So, I looked at it, but I quoted the wrong weight. It was the weight for the guitar, one up from it. And so I went back to double check, and I was like, hey man, I'm sorry. This isn't 8 pounds, 6 ounces. This is actually 8 pounds, 10 ounces. Completely undid the deal. Those 4 ounces, that quarter of a pound, completely undid it.
That's what agitates me. That's what it's like. Oh, it's 8 pounds, 4 ounces with 9 gauge strings, but with 13 gauge strings, it's, you know what I mean? Like,
he asked me to take the medallion out of the back where, you know how they do the custom shop medallion instead of the plastic. He said, what's it weigh without that? I'm like, dude, that thing is 1 ounce. It is 1 ounce. So it's 8 pounds, 9 ounces without it.
You guys are gonna love our news in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Sure.
Thanks, mate. Thank you very much. He said, appreciate the feedback from the big guns. Was drooling over that pink thin line on
Get that one. Be unique. Do something interesting. There are a million Blackguard style Telecasters out there. Get the interesting one.
There we go.
And
Plexico again. Thank you, sir. He said, example, crazy reverb question. Vinny, why are you selling the Ibanez you showed on TSR?
He's not. That's the whole point.
No. This one? That one? No. I'm not selling that. No.
That's a keeper.
Yeah.
Right. Let me find where we were.
Blind Man Gary.
We're done. We've done that one.
So Moxie next. Just do it and quit dithering. Yeah. Buy the thin line.
Yeah. That's yeah.
Go down there today. Tell Lee that I told you to buy it. He won't know who you're talking about, even though I met him a couple of weeks
ago. Tell Lee that Paul said it's £1,000 too much, and then see what happens, because he does know Paul.
Tell him to give you the Philip price.
No, after the Paul Drew price. That's the way forward.
He's gonna overcharge him then.
Boom. Right, here we go.
Bella Bloom, he says, I have an LGXT Godan guitar with a Roland GR55 using a MIDI cable. It's old tech, but it works fine. I go through the different patches for the switch on the guitar. Yes, it's got the 2 buttons, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If it works for you, it works.
Yeah.
But I've never been able to get it to work.
I'd rather play a kazoo.
I would too.
We'd rather you play the kazoo, but hey.
I get it.
Come on, he said, at 40 watts and everyone, what does a 2-rock give you more than a Hot Rod Deluxe in a gig if you use it as a pedal platform? Why go to all that expense?
Oh boy, I'm stepping back for this one.
Right, okay, I need to go and I can see the steam coming out.
I gotta go.
The clean tone's better, the reverb is better, it overdrives better, it has better tonal options and shaping. Also, I don't use it as a pedal platform. I actually let the character of the amplifiers I play shine through. I have gigged with a Hot Rod Deluxe a ton. My sister gigged with one for a long time. The difference is A Hot Rod Deluxe feels like playing through a Bluetooth speaker compared to playing through a 2-rock properly turned up to a volume that's reasonable. They're not bad amplifiers. I like a Hot Rod Deluxe. I think they do the job. If I show up to a gig and that's the back line, I'll be just fine. I know how to get a tone out of it I like. The transients are wrong. The sustain is wrong. The EQ sits in the wrong place for the sounds I like. That's why. But yes, I can absolutely do any gig I've ever done on a Hot Rod Deluxe. Just doesn't sound as good.
There we go.
Well said.
Right, should we do the news?
Yeah.
Please, I got to calm down now. I'm all
Don't
hopped
forget
up
to
on a
hit
monster and
the like
adrenaline.
button, subscribe button, all the buttons.
Cheers, Vin. Yeah, give us a like. It really does help. Right. Talking about Hot Rod Deluxes.
And boom, there it is.
They are Fender 2026 Hot Rod 30th anniversary. Available now. How much?
He's done.
How much do you think this is? It looks all right, actually.
2600.
It's got the Paisley.
Yeah. Okay.
I do love that Tolex.
Yeah.
I have an amp coming sometime soon that has that Tolex.
No.
$1,500.
I said 26. Let's see.
Oh, you're not. But it's $1,300.
Oh,
Okay. Yeah.
that's awfully cheap. No.
Well, it's a made in. It's. I mean, I don't know where they made. It's at least made in Mexico, isn't it?
It's
The Hot Rod.
it's a bad PCB amp made in Mexico.
It's cheaper than the Tone Master.
Yeah.
It is cheaper than the Tone Master. Freaking
wait.
Tone Master Bassman, $2,000.
It's
I'd
the
wait
Master
for
Tone.
that than a Tone Master as well. Right. So next, my review comes out tomorrow on this. It's great. It's really
so cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It took me well out of my comfort zone, to be honest.
Would I like this?
No,
I
don't think so. It's like it's a textural delay, so it's.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love
it's
it so much.
It's really cool. It's really cool. So there's a review coming out tomorrow. It is really good. If you're looking for, if you're looking for something different, it really does all that sort of textural, ambient-y type things. But it's not for me. I do like sort of quite standard delays. But it is pretty awesome. The Royalist, I did the review on that on Thursday. That came out. That's really, really good. If anyone's looking for a sort of plug and go Marshall style amp, 2 channels.
Lovely.
One guy said he didn't like the channel on. He didn't like the overdrive on channel 1 in the comments, but he liked it on channel 2.
Interesting.
It's the same thing, just a very slightly different EQ. Very slightly different. You can really get the same tones. But yeah, that's really good. Well worth. And that's it. Apart from the Andertons adverts, we were just
okay. Nice.
That one.
Not a lot of news. Need to do this one quickly.
Plexico, thanks, mate. He said, sorry, one last question. If you keep paying, mate, you can ask as many questions you want. He said, if you each inherited 10K, what would you buy? A $2,500 guitar or spend more? So hold on. If we each inherited 10K, what would you buy?
Okay, so we have 10K.
But you're only going to break off a certain amount of it.
Yeah.
Oh, I
it's
see.
a question mark, isn't it? It's a 2,500 guitar or spend more. I think for me it'd be spend more because I'd get a really good 335.
Yeah,
that would probably be my guitar. That's the chink in my guitar armor at the moment.
Yeah, if we're definitely buying a guitar, like we definitely have to take some money to buy a guitar, I would probably buy myself a Tom Anderson. I've always wanted one, and I would get one of the shorties of one of the Pro model ones or the Mongrel, maybe the 24 3/4 scale. I think with a trem.
Nice.
I like one of those.
If I had 10K to spend right now, and it was
earmarked on soundproofing,
and well, exactly. See, if it's earmarked, it has to go on a guitar. That's one thing. But if I just had 10K, well, no, I'd start paying off the loan that I've already taken out to build the studio, so I can spend more money on, because I don't want to tack onto that. But if it's got to be on a guitar or guitar related things, I would buy a Tausch Lagrange right now. There's one for sale. It's in the US. It was at NAMM. I want it so bad. I cannot do it. I cannot. There's no world. But Rainier makes incredible guitars, but they are hella expensive. I would need an inheritance.
Take 10 of those guitars and sell them. Phil, you got a bunch back there. It's like 50.
I know, but I don't want to get rid of all of these. I did think about at one point selling all 3 of my Les Pauls to buy it. Because it is $9,000. Yeah.
I
tricked me. Plexico tricked me.
Why is that?
He says,
"Boom, Vinny, you fell into the trap."
Damn it!
No sub. There we go.
Oh,
foiled again.
I'd try and buy something vintage that is going to go up in value, and I would spend the 10 grand.
Oh, really? Okay.
For me, because they're the only things that are going up in value.
Or you're not wrong.
If I was going to buy a new guitar, I'd go and buy a Nick Huber.
Y'all have almost convinced me on Nick Huber, and I've played a few at this point, but it's not been enough.
You got to get one, man.
Oh,
I love mine. I listen. I sold my Les Paul Jr., the gold one. I sold it because I just find that I know it's not a P90 in the bridge, but with that tap position, when you pop that up, it's got that vibe, man. And I was just like, you know what? I will take the Nick Huber all day long over the Custom Shop Junior. I hate to say it. So
yeah, I've ordered the same one as a second Huber. I've ordered the same one that Vinny's got, but with the ring, with ring inlays.
Oh, nice.
And I'm thinking about, because they're offering a relic service now.
Oh,
about a bit of that.
I like the open trapezoids. Have you seen those?
Yes.
Where they do the outline of a trapezoid. Those are cool.
Yeah, they're good, but Patrick Eggle does that as well, and it's like, I don't know if you saw. I went to a guitar show fairly recently, and I did, like, I was going around the stalls, and I went to Patrick Eggle, and I said something like, "Oh, that's quite similar to the Nick Hubers," and he shut that down completely. So there's obviously something that he's not happy about. Love you guys. Cheers. So you're very generous with your.
I'd say Plexi was given like $30.
Yeah. No, but in all seriousness, yeah, I think 2,500 to $3,000 is my cutoff now. I'm just trying to just chill out for a bit, Yeah.
Secondhand, you can get so much secondhand, can't you? For that sort of money.
Yeah.
Do we want to have a quick stroll through some auction action?
Yeah, we've been talking about it for 3 weeks. We haven't done it yet.
Yeah, go on then.
I mean, it was one of those. So I even showed this to Jen, and who went, "Why is it always wives who are the evil ones?" When I said the line about, when the way to get around having a huge guitar collection is make sure all the guitars are the same color. Clearly.
Haven't we shown this before on the channel?
No, we talked about it after a stream. Yeah, we talked about it.
So this is the next round of Gardiner Houlgate auctions, which is on next week. Starts Tuesday the 10th is the high-end guitars. Then Wednesday is amps and things, which is dangerous because I'll be with you, Paul. But I literally scrolled through this and went, "Oh, there's some nice tellies in red."
Stop there. Starting bid. See, this is what I'm talking about. Starting bid on the. I mean, I know it will probably go for more, but 66 Telecaster. Starting bid 2,100.
Yeah,
that's cheap.
Bear in mind, that's. I mean, the 65 there.
Yeah.
6,000. Yeah. The estimates. The estimates are generally pretty.
That's refit.
Yeah, it must be, mustn't it?
I've never seen a gold.
Filled.
No, look at the back though.
Yeah, look at the back.
Like gold tan lines, doesn't it?
Click on the second picture, James.
Yeah, no, that's candy apple red.
Is it?
That's candy apple red, and the finish is gone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a definite.
Yep, because keep flash. You see the little bits of red there. That used to be candy apple red.
Wow. That's awesome. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that.
That's exactly what that is.
I love that.
Because all the candy finishes, it means it has a gold or silver undercoat under the finish.
Yeah.
Oh, so you think that's original color? You think that's original color?
Yeah.
I think that's what's happened. The red is going away.
Metallic gold refinish.
No, it's a refin. There we go.
But it feels
with
weird.
Red tan lines.
Yeah, but I don't know. Whoever did that refinish, I don't know. That looks really, really odd to me because that looks like it's almost like the aniline dye. You know what I mean? That Gibson used to use that faded away. But you see a few others like that they used to be red, candy apple red or candy apple green was an option as well. And the finish has faded away, and you're seeing the gold and red, silver undercoat because, in fact, I can show you very specifically how that works. Where is that guitar? This is this is a custom shop aged candy apple red, but you can see the gold and silver undercoats.
That's nice. I like that.
That's how they do it.
But I think that's a beautiful guitar. My personal preference is that one, the 67.
Oh, that's so pretty. I do love a candy apple red. I'm sorry, Fiesta Red fans. Candy apple red is the superior red.
Yeah, I like candy apple.
It's funny you mentioned Fiesta Red because when I sold my gold Nick Huber, I was on the search for another one, and I bought one in Fiesta Red, and I absolutely hated the color. The guitar was great, superb like always, but I hated the color. It looked like salmon. It drove me nuts.
Yeah.
And I wound up selling it, and then now they have the copper. I'm happy, but yeah.
This is the guitar that convinced me I love it. So
I like that as well.
Yeah. Well, if you like red, these are your options.
Yeah. The only thing that I don't like about late 60s, 70s Strats and Tellys are the tuning pegs. I just hate them.
Oh, but you can change those.
I know, but it's not.
You want to change vintage tuners anyway. Take them off, put them in the case.
Yes. Yeah, there is that.
Them again, and get something that actually works.
Oh, look at that though.
That's nice.
Oh,
I hate.
No, what is that? A late 60s or 70s?
66.
Yeah.
I hate that. I hate the big.
But look at the patina and the check. Oh, look at that.
Oh, yes.
I hate the large headstock. I never was a fan of it.
Yeah, I don't like them.
I'm not a fan of those.
Oh,
see the gold's coming through there from where your arm rests on it.
Look at that.
Oh, that looks great, doesn't it?
It's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Candy. Oh, it's a refin as well.
Is it? I reckon he's probably refinned the lot. Which is great.
Did whoever have these just bought whatever he could find and had them all refinned and candy apple red?
Yeah, I think he did.
I mean,
it's so much red.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, there's some serious guitars here, you know.
And I can't stand when I have multiple guitars that are like even close to the same hue.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
I know we're not a bait. That's
okay. Read if it's a refin. I need to know.
It definitely is. It definitely is.
You picked a random one. Let's see if it's a refin.
No.
It's an overspray, but that's not anything. That's not a refin.
No, it's not. But look at that checking on that arm carve is.
Well, it says candy apple fresh overspray.
What does that mean?
That means it's been repainted.
That's refin.
Oh, I thought overspray meant when they resprayed nitro, not when they refinished.
Okay, but still, that's ace.
Oh.
That's phenomenal. Oh, look at that.
All the people who hate relics are losing their minds right now. I'm just scrolling down in the chat.
Serious action.
I refuse to scroll down.
I love they're showing the damage as if like anyone's, that for me is going, oh yeah, it's got more damage. Yes. Really showing it to make sure that they don't get sent back.
I mean, there's pages of these.
God, so good. That bass 6. Scroll. No, the bass. The
bass 6, yes, the bass 6 looks
is
great, doesn't it?
spectacular.
I would like that. I'd like that a lot.
The only large headstock Fender I like is the bass 6.
That's awesome.
I think it fits with the bass.
Right. It makes sense. Oh, it's so good. I want it so bad. How much is they expecting on that one?
1,500 to 2,000, 2,500.
If that only goes for 2,500, somebody buy it and ship it to me.
It has been refinished.
I don't care. I don't care.
That's been refinished a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yes. But there's some seriously nice instruments.
And then there's some ESPs.
Yeah. there's some interesting stuff. There is some interesting stuff. There's a lot of lefties. A lot of left-handed guitars, which is again 2007. What's the, oh god, ESP. There was some. What was the stuff? Some of the stuff we found.
Scroll back up real quick. Just look. Just not that right there. That modified 2014 American Fender American.
What have they done with that?
They're trying to do the Bigsby thing.
What the hell are they?
That neck pickup is a Bigsby, Paul Bigsby design. He used to do those arm contours like a banjo.
What the hell is going on with the arm contour thing?
Yeah, it's purely decorative.
That is shit.
Yeah, it's not my favorite.
That's awful.
It looks like a crazy upside down mustache.
It does. Zutala.
Yeah, that's
it looks cool on Bigsby guitars, but it doesn't look right on a Telecaster.
Yeah, no.
Jerry, so you're talking about Eppies as we were.
Oh, Cantrell. That's a great one. I've played a couple of those. That is a great Les Paul.
But it's up for 300 to 500. That's the, if you're after a Les Paul, an inexpensive Les Paul, that's the guitar to get.
Right.
I mean, we could scroll through these for days because there are a lot of great guitars in there. I seem to remember getting towards the end and it all getting a bit silly.
Yeah.
There was some really odd looking.
There we go. The Gibson M3.
There's the Gibson M3.
Let's go.
I'd buy that Friedman though.
I'd buy that M3.
Oh god, that's an ugly guitar. I hate those.
Where's the Friedman? The Friedman's next to it, isn't it? That one?
Yeah, there.
Yeah.
Oh, I've had a couple of those. They're really nice.
Yeah, I don't know. That fretboard is the palest thing I've seen next to Paul on the beach in California.
Yeah. For whatever reason, those specific ones, that one came out of the Grover Jackson shop because I could tell by the dot inlays in it.
2023? Yeah, I would be. Yeah.
You can tell by the tiny dots. The larger dots are coming out of the Rock and Roll Relics factory.
Yeah.
That's not bad. Oh, it's a CE.
Yeah, C's are fine.
I like C's. C's are great.
Yeah.
But you'd have to get it for 800 quid because you got the tax on top of that, whatever it is.
Yeah, there's 24.6% on top of all it.
Never mind.
Because the auction house have to make their cut, of course.
They should take it out of the selling price, not add it on to the price it's sold at.
I could not agree more. Go back up, James.
Which one?
What was that ergonomic looking thing that looked like a bossy kind of?
Stop.
What is that?
Stop. No, back. You keep going down. No, that's horrible. What's the gold Gibson?
That's a 295 custom shop.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, let's go.
That's awesome.
Get your Scotty Moore on.
Oh, what have they done?
What?
Go back. Keep going. Well, look.
What?
No, just go back.
Did you mean the fingerboard?
We signed the top of it.
Signed. Oh.
It's signed by Scotty Moore. It was a signature custom shop.
So what happens? Can I get something on that? Can I get some nail polish remover and scrape that off?
Yeah, you could absolutely take it off. It would absolutely come off.
It's funny you mentioned. I knew a guy who had a Guild Brian May guitar.
Yeah.
But one of the ones that had the less electronics in it. It had like a regular tail on it, and it was signed by Brian May. So the guy was trying to offload it, and I was like, "Listen, I'll give you." This is going back. I was like, "I'll give you $2,000 for it," and he's just like, it's worth way more than that because it's got Brian May's signature." I was like, "I'll tell you what." I was like, "Why don't you get some Windex and a rag and wipe his name off of it? Because I could give 2 shits less. I want the guitar, and I'll give you $2,000 for the guitar." He was pissed because the guy didn't play guitar. He was a collector, like baseball cards, memorabilia, all that stuff.
Oh, gotcha.
And like I don't want the guy. Like Brian May's awesome, great. I don't care about his signature on there. I just wanted the guitar.
Me too. I
What? Hang on a second.
1958.
What?
Is that a refin?
No, that's not real.
It better be at that price point.
Refinished.
What?
Refinished, but top
Yeah.
Can you click on it?
yeah.
That is a burst that has been refinished in gold. Oh no!
What did it say in there? Was refinished by Yoko Ono? What did it say in there?
It was refinished dark by
I can't see.
Yuki McClure.
Oh, I don't have my glasses on.
I mean, that's for $50,000. That's not a bad buy because you could buy it and then strip it off and
Yeah. Get it refinned properly back into a burst.
Yeah.
It's got the PAF pickups. The potentiometers are marked 57. What's 4.14K weight translated into freedom units?
8.5.
I mean, it's beautiful in a
Oh no, that is 9.1 pound.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a heavy one.
I can only do 9.2 pounds. I can't do 9.1.
Wow.
Yep. Look at that.
It's the real deal.
Yep. It's too bad they ruined it.
Probably sounds killer.
Oh yeah, I bet it sounds killer. But I am as I've played. Yeah. What have I played? 8 legitimate bursts at this point, which is a higher percentage than I would have ever thought I've gotten to play. And I've played one that is better than my custom shops.
Yeah,
we've played a couple, haven't we? That were properly. You know, I probably got the shivers picking the things up, going, "This is worth more than."
Yeah, it's worth £250,000. Pounds.
Yeah.
There's another M3.
Oh, there's another one.
Oh God.
Let's go. Let's go. the only Floyd Rose equipped guitar I would own.
Come on, Paul. If we put like a really bright red mirror pick guard on that, you wouldn't play it?
No, I would never play that. That is horrible.
I'm just messing, I know.
So the auction starts next week. And we will probably be joining in the fun because we'll have nothing else to do.
I've got a couple of guitars though. If anything goes, I might consider putting an offer in something. But yes, let's get back to the questions.
The matter at hand, yes. Hang on a sec. Let me just work up where we are.
I have a question that just came in on text message for me to ask you guys from my buddy. They want to know what you guys think of the Eastman Fuller Tone guitars that have like the foil pickups in them.
Ooh.
I like gold foil pickups. I'll say that.
I've played an Eastman and gone, "Oh, this is nice."
Yeah.
So
I think
Eastman make great guitars.
Yeah, just if you're going to buy an Eastman, buy it secondhand.
Yep.
Because you're going to take a bath.
Mm-hmm.
But if you get a secondhand, fantastic. Yeah, great. Really well built guitars. The thing is, they've got the stigma about being Chinese built guitars, even though they're great guitars and they're it's a proper custom shop and it's the good quality builds and all that.
I've had to have this conversation a couple of times with Joe Branton over on the Guitar Nerds when I've been on there because Joe loves Eastman because he loves Gibson style guitars, but he doesn't want to pay the price tag. I'm like, the Eastman Les Paul Jr. costs more than the Gibson Les Paul Jr.
That's true. That's true.
Easy.
Yeah, I had a foil pickup in a Nick Huber Pete model.
Yeah,
which is and I didn't care for it.
So I have them in that the baritone has full gold foils.
What's your thought on the EQ of those things? They have like a crispy top end thing going on with them that just sounds a little bit odd to me.
For as much gain as you and Paul like to play with, that's probably not the right pickup for you. For me, they're amazing.
That's what I found when I was playing with it.
Yeah.
It almost sounded like I was direct recording into something without an IR,
They can be spiky, but I like them for that. I especially like them on a baritone. They're really good for a baritone.
It probably clears everything up, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't sound so boomy. I got
real tight. It's almost piano-like.
Cool. Thanks for letting me cut the line and the questions. Go ahead.
Yep. There we go. Boom. There we go.
Cedric, regarding the Fox, it's not a Star Fox. It's an AI-generated image based on my random prompt cartoon fox battling cats in space. Nice. Gonna change it though, as I could give the impression I'm a no-lifer.
Nah. So hold on. This is I'm gonna share this image because I need to make sure you understand where my reference was. Star Fox was a video game available.
Certainly was
on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
Share screen. This image right there.
There it is.
Yeah. So
I remember that.
That's what I thought it was.
That takes me back. Boom. Here we go.
Divided by Time Studio. I just got a Kemper player and it's been a big disappointment. I have tried any profiles yet.
I haven't tried any profiles yet.
It's just stock and the effects are mediocre, and the app keeps reconnecting every 15 seconds. That's not great, is it?
No. I would say do the firmware update because there probably is one.
Mm-hmm.
I would say make sure you got the latest version of the app, which again you probably have. Make sure you're connecting direct rather than through a hub or anything like that, because that's the first thing support will say. And the fourth thing I will say is check out the Kemper profile packs that we've done on the studiorats.net.
You know what never needs a firmware update?
An amp.
And 2 amps.
Yeah.
Boom.
John, Phil, are you still planning on doing a video on the Grez Mendocino Jr.?
I am. I was literally filming it when I had my camera issues that I was referencing earlier. So I recorded about 40 minutes worth of playing to sort through, and none of the footage survived. So I've had to fix that. That's been my battle. But it's good now, so I've just got to bring myself to re-record.
Nekon, if you go digital for live gigs, no IEMs, it means in-ear monitors, in case anyone wants to know what the acronym is. Why go modular plus FRFR and not, say, a Boss Katana, which at least is a dedicated guitar amp? Well, I think if you want to monitor exactly what is going out to the front of house, so you know what sound is going out the front of house, you need FRFR. Yes, you could use a Boss Katana.
They sound great.
Yeah.
But I was going to say almost every modeler has more options, more effects, more routing, more capability than the Boss Katana does.
Plus, you could run 2 FRFR cabs in stereo, which would sound epic.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I have one and love it, says John.
Oh, the Mendocino. Yeah, it's so good. It's spectacular guitar.
Jim, are there any budget modelers that you guys like or would recommend?
Yeah, Tonex.
Well, that's not a modeler. That's a
true. Yeah.
I think the Headrush sounds amazing for what it is, for the price you're paying for it.
Yeah.
What about that budget Black Star thing you demoed?
Yeah, that's really good.
That thing sounded like just bare, not bare bones, but it just sounded good.
IDX Floor it's called. It is really good. It's really simple to use. Yeah,
but for the money, the Headrush stuff is capture as well. So you can, if you want amp models and all that sort of stuff, you're in there as well.
Yeah.
I hands up. I'm a Headrush fan, so
I still think if you just
not, but
if you want something budget that's really easy to edit, I think Vinny's right. I think the Black Star IDX Floor really, and they're cheap. They're like 150 quid.
Wow.
Oh God, yeah.
So cheap.
Let me tell you about this thing called the Line 6 Pod 2.0.
I've got two. I think they're
Are
great.
you really?
I mean, they're in a cupboard somewhere,
Yeah.
but you know, hey, go and get a Pod 2.0.
Make a video.
Make a video and watch your video explode.
Yeah, I keep talking about getting one, and the real reason you own two of them is because they're not worth trying to sell.
Yeah, they're not.
He needs it in stereo.
Yeah, I got to say. I always thought that they'd become like a classic. I mean, maybe in 10 years' time they might be, but
yeah, maybe not.
Maybe.
Guitar Buddy. Hello, Rats. Heard good things about the Kemper 2.0. Any thoughts? I haven't tried it.
I've tried it and it was brilliant.
And
that was at Guitar Summit. So I suspect the firmware has been tweaked and nailed since then. Yeah, it's very good. I was really impressed.
It's out now. The whole the modeling, the capture thing is out. Is now out. I think as of today.
I might be tempted. I think, if I'm honest, if we sold more Kemper captures than we do, it would be a no-brainer. We don't sell that many.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
To be honest, there's a massive counterfeit. Is the wrong word. There's a massive market for people that have bought captures and just give them away. You know, all of the who's Michael Britt stuff.
Oh yeah.
Whereas we are more successful in the Tone X stroke head rush stroke fractal space. I know fractal's not a Cortex. Yeah.
David, so if, as you've just said, the GX series is old school, what's my next modular purchase? Playing the covers band. Oh, the GX stuff's great. I think if you, I mean, you got to talk budget. If you say I've got this amount of money, I could, we could tell you what to. If you want the best out there, you're going to go and buy Fractal. I would still recommend buying Fractal. It is the best stuff. But if you haven't got that sort of money, then the GX is great.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I don't know what this means.
The saying "yucking someone's yum" angers me. Why does it anger you? I like that.
I said yucking. I get it. The word yum is kind of a weird word for some people, especially people that have that whatever it is that it's like, it's not a disorder, but the thing, you can't stand mouth noises. They bother you. People, they don't like words like yuck and yum and words like that. So
interesting.
An onomatopoeism.
No. That's like old Batman, pow and bam, and no.
Yeah, I know. But it was funny.
It was funny.
What's up, Jimmy? What's up, Jimmy? Bella Plum, thanks for your answers and sharing your experiences. Anytime, mate.
Very welcome.
In view images, think my tone stack is 40. Volume drops when turning treble up. Okay, think my tone stack is 40. Volume drops when turning the treble up.
That's the valve amp.
Yeah. It's Cornford.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That sounds like a capacitor somewhere, or a capacitor or a resistor somewhere. It's just gone bang.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
And because it's a point-to-point amp, a component-based amp, not IC based, it'll be an easy fix.
Yeah. It should have been something that was checked though.
Yeah.
Check should have made sure that was all working. Mendel, hello mate. He said, "Hey Vinny, just as you're telling us about your new axe, my Reverb feed is showing an Echo Park Clarence gold foil located in Fernandina Beach, Florida. Looks quite nice."
Oh yeah, it's probably there's a shop out there up in Fernandina Beach, but it's I guess appointment only, and you can't find it. So it's
so no point in making an appointment then.
Yeah, I called the guy about something, and he's just like, I said, if you're open Friday, I'd like to come up and blah blah blah. He's like, oh, it's by appointment only. So I'm like, okay, and it was just like this, okay, and that was whatever.
Okay, yeah,
I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't want to spend any more money, but thank you.
Graham, you could also ride to the gig on a Yamaha motorbike. You could.
That is true. Or if you're in Florida, you could go on your Yamaha jet ski.
That's true.
Or you could go home and relax after the jet ski, listening to it on your high-end Yamaha receiver, listening to music.
That's true.
Yeah. JP, I love my red label Yamaha electroacoustic. I like it better than my Martin, which is, of course, a superb guitar too. And I sold my Taylor and has played my Yamaha more. Nice.
Yeah. Red label Yamahas are great guitars. At this point, that's a known quantity, though.
Is it?
It's not surprising anybody.
Right.
Those red label Yamahas were made to a spec and a level that isn't possible today at the price point that they sold. It's because they were at the forefront of Japanese quality that nobody knew about yet. Everybody was learning how good. Imagine that Japanese craftsman could build anything they set their minds to.
Oh, I remember, and just in the short distant past of me being young, is that if something was built in Japan, you had all these guys that came back from, Vietnam and the Korean War. They didn't want nothing to do with anything, Asian cars, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And if you told somebody the guitar was made in Japan, they turned their nose up at it. Now it's looked at as like the top shelf thing to grab,
Mm-hmm.
Funny.
Rack Revival, thinking of buying the Tonex plug. Any downsides in you guys' opinion? No, only the fiddly, I'd say. It's fiddly. There's
made of plastic, which is
the plug, sorry.
Yeah, the plug, the direct plug-in thing to your computer.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, to your guitar.
Yeah. I did break one. I broke one. They sent me another one.
Bear in mind, this is the man who has single-handedly, with some help, broken 3 of my tube amps.
Gonna argue if he had some help, it's not single-handedly.
Again, that was a joke. The irony is not lost on you, then, mate, is it?
I was abusing it, but no, I don't think there's any particular downsides. I mean, it's all on your app. If you don't mind using an app, it's great.
Get the full fat Tonex. It's $300 brand new.
Yeah, get that or get the get
Tonex one.
The Tonex one.
I'm
Yeah.
still trying to get the Tonex one to link up to the editor. I can't get it to work.
Oh no.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I had tech services got with me. They got it registered, but it will not sync up to the editor. I can't do nothing with it.
I had trouble when I had mine, but I did eventually figure it out. But I cannot for the life remember what I did to actually make it work.
You need to talk to a couple of guys who work closely with the team at IK.
Yeah, let's get that sorted, Vim. We can get that. No, mate. Yeah, we'll get that sorted. Max, it's taken me 20 years to find Rackis for my Soundcraft Power Station PA mixer. If that counts, acquired this week. Wow.
Took you so long to get the rack ears that the tech in your mixer has been replaced 4 times over.
Yeah.
I think the only thing I've ever, really sought ever was my green Yamaha kit. I was looking on eBay for years for a 16-inch tom to match in color, and I found one in the States, and it's the only time I've ever gone, I don't care what it costs. These things are rarer than hen's teeth. I'm going to get it. One of those sort of moments, and they're pretty rare.
I take it hens don't have teeth.
No, beaks.
No. Gotcha.
We need to get through these. Rack Revival. And have you guys ever tried a Sterling by Music Man Luke? If so, what do you think of it? The new HSS line looks killer. Relatively good price. Never tried one.
I tried one.
Didn't like it.
Yeah.
Tiny necks, right? Don't they have tiny necks?
They have a very tiny. I don't know about the Sterling. I can't remember. I know that the regular core. Well, I don't want to say core one. The USA one has a very small nut width, but I remember some of them I played were really good, and some were not so good. So I would try to get your hands on it and play one if you're going to buy one of those things.
Yeah.
Metalhead. The Ibanez is just proof of concept. An incredible guitar can be made for a reasonable amount of money. Those charging you $3,000 are ripping you off.
Disagree.
I disagree too.
Maybe some are, but I disagree that those charging you $3,000 for a guitar ripping you off.
Yeah,
Because
I mean,
that's what it takes. Ibanez also builds at a scale that most manufacturers can't build at.
Yeah. So I'll say this. Yeah, this particular one I have is fantastic, and there are probably a lot of fantastic Ibanezes. But I hate to say it, I'm going to go back to the Nick Huber again. Nothing that I've owned in that single cut realm-ish thing can hold a candle to that Nick Huber. And I've owned 3 specimens of it now. One I sold back to the original owner because I was trying to be a nice guy and regretted it. The Fiesta red one, which I couldn't stand the color of. It looked like Klingon blood color. I'm sure James, you'll get that reference. And then this one, I like the color, and it plays just as good as the other ones, if not better. I mean, it's just I can't explain it. The attention to detail is superb, and the work that goes into the build is completely different.
So I mean, I remember playing one and going, "Oh, this is nice. What's this? Oh, that's a Nick Huber. Okay, and why aren't we buying that? Because it's not a Gibson. Was the only reason that anyone could give is because it's not a Gibson.
And I just sold my made to measure custom shop Gibson and decided to keep this instead. So something to be said for that.
Yeah.
But I'm not looking at resale or brand name on that one. I was looking at just it is what it is.
Yeah.
Dave, look good, Dave. £10 Les Paul's my thing. I'm strong. Good. Ali says, Vinny, the axe, nothing like a rant from Joe Setcher on his stunt double to make the complete. Subtle humor, like that. Bella Plum, he says, so Roman legionnaires were on average 5'7" and were carrying 75 pounds when marching up 40 kilometers a day. So the problem with Les Paul was
well, I'm sure a Roman legionnaire won't complain about the weight of a Les Paul, but I haven't met one recently, so
that's where I get my height from, by the way.
Yeah.
Those are my peeps.
GR5 tracks MIDI, good for VST. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
Basil, Hot Rod Deluxe. Boo. Greg, hello everyone. Hi, Greg. Basil says, I wonder how many of those Tone Master Basemans they sold.
Yeah.
I would never spend $2,000 on a solid state amp. It's not solid state, is it?
It's digital. That's a very different thing. And there, I would put exclamation marks at the end of it. I'd never spend $2,000 on a digital amp.
$599.99.
Maybe
that's where I'm at with it. I'm talking like this one specimen I got here, Katana money. I don't think it's worth anything more than that. My opinion.
Wow. Let's go, Vinny.
What's up,
Vinny? I don't know.
Vinny, hey.
Yay, Kemper Profiling 2 is out. It is.
Finally.
And then Walrus says, if I had an extra 10K, I would buy the Friedman Jose and buy some gold. Good. Yeah, good.
Yeah, smart.
Good shout. Greg, what website are they on for the auction? It's Gardiner Houlgate. Just put Gardiner UK.
Guitarauctions.co.uk is the site. But the main site is Gardiner Houlgate, Houlgate.
What are your thoughts on the AM4 versus the Tonix pedal? Which would you gig? AM4. And James and I got skin in the game with with IK and Tonix.
I don't have AM4. I still say AM4.
Yeah, the AM4 is Fractal it's the best. It is just the best.
Yep. There's a reason I don't look at digital solutions anymore since I got the Axe FX. Mm-hmm. I don't care.
I heard you the other day on the podcast. I think it was on the podcast saying that I can't remember who you were talking to. Oh, you were talking to Marcus.
Oh, Marcus Reeves, yeah.
Yeah, and I heard you saying that you don't look at digital solutions, and I thought maybe you'd sold your Fractal.
No, I still have it. It's right here. It's always plumbed in. I've got the foot switch under the desk. But I don't typically look at for gigging. I don't look for digital solutions, but I don't even look at like possibilities anymore since I got the Axe effects. It does. I barely touch it, and it sounds amazing every single time. I don't have to do a ton of tweaking. I know everybody talks about the interface and whatnot. I don't touch the front of this thing. I use it. I have a USB connected to my computer. I open up Axe Edit. I put in like an amp block, a speaker block, and then an effect, and I'm off to the races. I barely tweak the settings.
Yeah. It's really good. AM4 is fantastic. I use it. I've got it on my desk. I use it for most things. Jerry, will stainless steel frets still last many years when using stainless steel strings? I say 1 to 2 hours play per day, not overly hard player. Cheers, boys. Yeah,
you're fine.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. I think wear on frets is overplayed as a problem.
Why did you say that?
I say that because most of the players who have had to have more than one refret ever, it's because they are touring folks who are playing 200 dates a year on one guitar, and they play it to death, and those guitars get refretted, but the average person doesn't play enough or hard enough to actually need to refret your guitar. I'd be surprised if the average no shade here bedroom player actually ever needs a refret on any guitar they own, regardless of what the fret material is.
I've got guitars, a couple of guitars that I played 7 nights a week for years.
Yeah.
That still you'd go, it's been used. You wouldn't go, it's thrashed.
Yeah. My 135 that I'm working on, I'm going to do a video. Finally got everything for it. I've done over 1,000 gigs. I've talked about this guitar before. I've never even had a recrown on that guitar. I probably could use a recrown, but it's fine. It plays great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try and avoid getting touching the frets at all if you can.
Yeah.
Even with the recrown, because then it changes stuff and just go, oh, and then you go, oh, I'll get it refretted, and it just algorithm. Jerry White 1234. Assuming you have the harder variety of stainless steel frets, Jessica, then definitely.
Yeah.
Sounds like something from The Mandalorian.
This rap revival.
Well, the rule should always be is that your strings, the metal on your strings, should be softer than the fret material.
Yeah,
that's just the nature of what you should be looking at, I think.
Rap revival says, or save up for the Nano Cortex. Tonex.
Oh, you're talking two different things. Tonex plug versus Nano Cortex.
Very different beasts, and the thing that made Nano Cortex an actual usable thing is the recent update. It did not sound the same as Quad Cortex until the version 2 update. It weren't even close. We did videos on it, and it wasn't even close.
Mm-hmm.
Delta Fit. I tried my FM9 through my Boss Katana cab, block disabled into the effects return. Sounded dreadful. Would not recommend it. But what's why MMV?
Your mileage may vary.
Oh, okay.
Wow. All right. I would have never guessed that.
Yeah, I would have expected that to be great.
Cheers, Algo. Says Jerry. Digital Viper. Just paid off my $5,000 Sweetwater card, gent. I need to quit watching your videos. We should have an affiliate link.
I don't know. You just said you paid it off. It sounds like you should start watching his videos. But since they don't have a Sweetwater affiliate code, use mine.
Yeah. I do. I actually do have one, but I don't use it.
Well, then use it.
No, because their affiliate program is James is the same. Do you agree, James? You've tried it's the same as the Waves one. Terrible.
Oh,
isn't it?
It's the Waves one, and actually IK's one is even worse.
Oh, then use mine. Use mine then.
The best affiliate program for us, the end user, as in us the receiver. The best one by far is Toman.
Toman's brilliant.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
It's so easy. Graham, I use my Tonix one with an AirStep TX. Really good. Their app is great for the parameters. Yes, excellent.
Yep.
Graham says AirStep. Thanks, mate. Ben Allmark, cheers, gents.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Ali. So bought an analog man King of Tone secondhand. Nice to see what all the fuss is about. Plugged it in, adjusted the volume, changed guitar, switched off, went and bought another. I get the hype, but it's not hype. Yes, they're great.
It's a monster pedal. If you're not afraid of turning the knobs, actually turn them up, because
I've got on one side, which is the high gain side.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not high gain, is it? They're not.
No.
They're not high gain.
It's just higher. There's about 25% more gain at the back end when you're going up.
Yeah. It's you do have to crank them if you want to get, if you do want to get something out of them. They are great, really great.
Yep.
Brian May played his Red Special for over 40 years without a refresh. Wow.
But he's a very gentle player. He's a very very good technique.
Yep.
Such an enabler. Lol.
That's what we do. The term is influencer.
Oh no, it's not. Get out! I hate that phrase.
Oh, come on!
I hate that phrase. That reminds me of. No, I'm not going to say it because it makes me sound bad. But
what?
An influencer is someone demonstrating a hairbrush or a hairdryer on it. That's not what we do. Yeah.
How's it different?
It's
totally you people to buy stuff.
It's I've never told anyone to buy anything ever.
No, I told anyone to buy anything, but I don't think, and that's an influencer job. It's an influencer job is to demonstrate the product, so for the company, so which then influences people to buy stuff.
Yeah, the influencing part is not go buy this. It's this is why you would buy this.
Yeah, I still hate the phrase. I hate the phrase slightly less than this.
Stupid comments of the week.
Oh, you cut it off. Rude.
Yeah, I cut it off. I don't know why I cut it off. I've clearly got busy fingers. There we go. Boom.
Spokes 28 said, "I don't buy amps without attenuators." That is a stupid comment. Why not just Spokes 28? Why not just go and buy an attenuator and then
you can buy any amp you want?
Yeah. That is the most crazy thing. Can you imagine him going and trying out, I don't know, some sort of Friedman amp or whatever, and it's the best amp he's ever tried, or a 2-rock,
right?
And just going, my God, this is amazing, but I can't buy it because it hasn't got an attenuator built in.
Right.
And
well,
it's only 35 pounds. It needs to be 37 pounds and 6 ounces. Otherwise, I can't play it.
Well, that's why that is over there. I have to get the pointing right. I'm actually, this is the weird angle of cameras, right? I'm actually pointing at the Sir reactive load right now, but it looks like I'm pointing at the so yeah. I mean, I didn't even talk about this. My amp switcher that I finally got.
Hang on, Phil. Hang on. There's a code that has to be followed here. We have to then play this.
Stupid comments of the week.
It was.
There you go.
Now speak about amp switchers.
Yeah. So I finally got an amp switcher. So I have all of my amps over here. I have 6 that are stacked up that you can see the Marshall divided by 13. But then I got the Silk Tones in one. But then I've also got one loop that's just a speaker cable running out from behind, so I can hook any other amp up to it, that a combo or whatever. And all I do is I go over here and turn a dial, and now that amp is going through my Sir reactive load and the attenuator and into my interface, and so I can do whatever I want.
It's a brave new world.
It is beautiful.
How much does your desk weigh?
I don't want to talk about how much. Like, I worry about the legs on this desk. So,
I'm guessing you have IKEA over there, right?
Yes, we do. But this is Gator Frameworks that you can buy from Sweetwater using my affiliate link.
Yes, an alternative is available via our friends at Toman. It's been an absolute pleasure and a joy, as it always is on a Wednesday night, to not only share it with these 3 reprobates, but also with you lot out there. Not huge numbers tonight. I think it's because everything worked.
What did we get up to?
I think we hit 100 at one point, but we would say
Nice.
we were cruising at 110, 115 last week at some points. But yeah, strange. I hope you've enjoyed it, everyone. Please show your appreciation, reach out and show some love to the one, the only Vinny the Axe, 40 Watt Phil, Mr. Drew, and me. We will be back next week with more of the same. I will probably have just driven back from Paul's house because that's what we're going to do. And we'll probably have spent far too much money at the auction because that's what I do. See you next week. Have a great one, everyone. Take care. Enjoy gigging this weekend. And we'll see you very soon. Night-night. Bye.